Ramadan, a month of fasting, reflection, and spiritual growth, teaches us the values of self-discipline, gratitude, and compassion for others. As we celebrate Eid al-Fitr, the festival of breaking the fast, and renewed faith, it's a time to share joy, extend kindness, and strengthen our bonds with family and community. Tonight, from sacrifice to celebration, the journey of Ramadan, reminding us of the power of faith and the beauty of giving, will be the center of our discussion tonight. My name is Abdullah Hajia, and in the course of the program, as usual, we'll be joined by an expert in the form of scholar to talk to us more on the program. Do join us again. Thank you for staying with us. Let's start with the news stories. The President of the Senate, Godswill Akpabio, has extended his heartfelt felicitations to President Bola Ahmed Tinubu on the occasion of his 73rd birthday. In a congratulatory message, Akpabio describes President Tinubu's passion for Nigeria's progress as contagious as he commends his vision and dedication to the progress of Nigeria. Similarly, Speaker of the House of Representatives Tajuddin Abbas, while felicitating with the president, paid glowing tributes to the Nigerian leader, saying the nation is lucky to have a Democrat and patriot in the person of President Tinubu as its leader at this critical point in the country's democratic journey. In the same vein, former President Muhammadu Buhari underscored the bond between him and the president with a call joining the family and the nation in celebrating the birthday of Asiwaju Bola Ahmed Adekunle Tinubu. In a telephone call, the former president said he and the members of his family are in prayers for Tinubu for long life, good health, and the successful administration of the country by the president as he marks his birthday. Governors Umaru Bago of Niger State and Peter Mba of Enugu State saluted the president's devotion to service and building brotherly understanding among the various sections of the nation. On her part, Minister of Arts, Culture, Tourism and Creative Economy describes the president as a visionary leader who has demonstrated unwavering commitment to the development of the nation and pray God for many years of good health, wisdom, and prosperity for the president. Away from that, Minister of the Federal Capital Territory, Nyesom Wike, has expressed satisfaction with the quality and level of work on projects embarked for.
Impressed with the level and quality of work, directing firms handling the project for a job well done. Saying that by May this year it will be a promise made and promise fulfilled.
I'm happy for what we're seeing and waiting to Court of Appeal. Of course, theirs will be completed by September. We've been to Ossex. That will be commissioned by them. And today, this also will be completed by them. How happy one would be in life that you made a promise and you fulfill the promise. I have to thank.
Some of the projects to be inaugurated and inspected include the construction of Court of Appeal Complex, the Outer Southern Expressway Access, and the Inner Outer Southern Expressway ISEX. The minister says prudent management of resources is key to infrastructure provisions and commends President Bola Tinubu for his support.
I have always maintained that I will not start a project when I know there are no funds. That's why we are going to be very aggressive in our revenue drive to be able to achieve
infrastructure development in the territory. Onoze Yakubu, NTA News.
Thank you, Nose. Now, as Muslims globally come together to celebrate the end of another fasting season and express satisfaction, Aisha Bashir got some opinion of their expression. Let's take a watch.
Allah is testing us with what we have learned in the month of Ramadan. All infused together in less than 2 hours. He said, when you are coming to the mosque, you must have done your zakat al-fitri. You not even give time. So time you must do it. And when you do it, it's like a test that Allah want to reconfirm. Have you learned your lesson?
The significance is not just to celebrate that I didn't eat or drink. It's also to celebrate the total control and victory over personal desires that the person will have. It's like you now submit yourself to under check.
Eid al-Fitr is a very big occasion. It is very significant because it is the time for kind of sober reflection. People, Muslims, should reflect on all the good deeds they did during the month of Ramadan and even continue to strive to continue to do them even after Ramadan.
There are things that they normally do. There is something that we call it zakat al-fitr, right? So they normally
Of the Department of Islamic Studies with me in the studio to talk more on some of the lessons about the Ramadan and also the Eid al-Fitr that we're anticipating in some moments. You're welcome to Saturday Discourse, sir.
Thank you very much.
Ramadan Mubarak.
Ramadan Kiri.
All right, sir. Well, let's begin by looking at some of the spiritual, moral lessons that Ramadan has, taught us that we should not be forgetting in a hurry.
Bismillah ar-Rahman Ramadan is a school where we have a lot of graduates based on their performances. And some must have scored excellently, some very excellently, some would pass, some would, and like that. Now, number one lesson is moral and ethics. We must have learned a lot of things, for example, like patience. You have been hungry, you have been thirsty. If you look at this year in particular, it has been so very sunny. And yet, we could not go into our inner rooms to drink water. It's part of the patience that Ramadan has taught. We could not eat our food because we have them and at our disposals, but we refuse to use them. It's another lesson. Number three, on the patience too, some people have offended you and you said, based on the lessons you are taught in the hadith of the Prophet, that you tell somebody who looks for a trouble, I am fasting. And then many people who are pepperers, who are thieves, in this Ramadan, I want to believe that majority or considerable number of them, they have stopped it. Also, when we come to matrimonial dealings,
you've talked about some of those lessons, but now let's talk about self-discipline. Yeah, like you did say, nobody was watching you. You had opportunity to take, drink, eat, but you refused because you know Almighty Allah is watching you. How can we borrow that to extend it beyond Ramadan in terms of our social, economic, discipline that we need to exhibit as human beings?
For somebody to be disciplined, self-discipline, in particular, it is only one thing that is most important. Remember Allah. If you are alone, remember Him. In a group, remember Him. Before you talk, remember Him. Before you act, remember Him. How you walk, remember all your activities. Remember Allah first. So long somebody is able to remember Allah with clear intention about His remembrance, not for show off, not for the gains somebody expects. Wallahi, we will go back to, we will be able to teach what Ramadan, we will be able to brought the perfectness of Ramadan. But my question, even before you ask me, is how can we continue even outside Ramadan? I am telling you, Ramadan is a happy month on its own and as well makes people happier. If you look at the charity that comes in this time around for all and sundry, for scholars, for those who are not scholars, for students, for whatever, believe you me, it is very amazing. But why can we tweak? Not knowing or forgetting the fact that even if you do outside Ramadan, your rewards are still intact with Allah.
Okay, let's quickly look at Eid al-Fitr. Yes, we anticipate the sighting of a new crescent to mark the end of Ramadan any moment. But
Prophet has taught that when you want to give your zakat, Prophet has taught that when you want to give your zakat al-Fitr 3 days before, so that the person 3 days before, so that the person, the recipient will be able to process whatever you are going to give. If it is rice, for example, he will think of, if you're not adding money, if you add, is still extra charity, but if you're not adding, you'll be able to think of how to get money for the ingredient. Now, coming back to the money for the ingredient. Now, coming back to the lessons of Eid al-Fitr. Number one, it has to be 3 days before. That's the suggestion of Fitr. Number one, it has to be 3 days before. That's the suggestion of the Prophet. Though even if you give on the day, it is not still bad, but it is better 3 days. Will be a path to your Jannah. That will be a path to forgiving you all your sins, because you want to refrain and you want to reflect on what you must have.
And discrimination surrounding the disease, he would not his government hospital or primary health care center for proper diagnosis and treatment. TB treatment is free in all government and some
security measures to ensure a safe and peaceful celebration for the residents. Asebe Williams brings us details.
The FCT Police Command has deployed additional personnel to strategic locations, including prayer grounds, markets, and major highways. Deputy Commissioner of Police Operations Ishaq Osharo stated that the command is collaborating with other security agencies to ensure
is availability, visibility, and dominance. The manpower is there, and then we have all that it takes to make ourselves visible, and we also have all that it takes to dominate, vulnerable and flashpoints.
PCRC Chairman Rufus Egbeba urged residents to be vigilant and report any suspicious activities to the authorities. He advised
everybody is concerned. There's need for us as citizens of this country, for peace and harmony to exist, for us to have a very secured environment.
And report any suspicious activities to the authorities. With the security measures in place, residents of FCT can look forward to a safe and peaceful Eid al-Fitr celebration. In Abuja, Asebe Williams, NTA News.
Let's now join Rabia Shaib for Weekly News Wrap.
Welcome to the Weekly News Wrap, the segment that highlights the major stories that made the headlines this week. I am Rabia Shaib. Midwives in the South-South region received a boost as Nigeria's First Lady Oluremi Tinubu distributed professional kits under the Renewed Hope initiative aimed at reducing infant and maternal mortality.
RHI recognizes the demands of the health profession, midwives, as they serve others.
Still in Delta State, the First Lady flagged up the Free to Shine triple elimination campaign to strengthen the fight against HIV, TB, and malaria.
The aim of this target is set to see that 95% of
celebrated at the 2025 International Women's Day event organized by Nigeria Association of Women Journalists and the FCT Traditional Wives Association, with calls for better healthcare and empowerment.
You can't be seated there, so that these things are just passing away, and that is the idea of the association when we came. And for the rural women to do what they're supposed to do is cooperation and dedication. They should be resilient in whatever thing they are doing.
Meanwhile, the Lady Helen Child Health Foundation extended support to the children in the FCT leprosy community, advocating for improved child health care.
The structure for child health in Nigeria is robust, it's good. But the implementers, I think that's where the pressure would be. Can we make sure that those who are implementing policies are convinced about the policies?
In education, the FCT Universal Basic Education Board, UBEB, and the Economic and Financial Crimes Commission EFCC inaugurated integrity clubs in the 11 FCT schools to promote values of honesty and accountability among students. These are some of the